Today's top 25 tech stories. Subscribe and hit the bell for daily tech updates. Network anomaly detection in Kata. Kata, a network anomaly detection system, has been developed to identify and prevent cyber attacks by analyzing network traffic patterns and detecting suspicious deviations from normal activity, unlike traditional security tools that rely on explicit indicators of attack. This approach enables detection of attacks that blend seamlessly with legitimate traffic inside corporate networks. HelloNet campaign. New malicious modules launched through the ViPNet update system. Kaspersky researchers have detected a new APT attack campaign using previously unknown tooling, targeting large Russian organizations across various sectors since at least May 2026. The malicious modules were launched through the ViPNet update system, with implants mimicking legitimate updates to evade detection. October Lurk and Silk Lurk. Newly identified tailored backdoors and cyber espionage campaign in Central Asia. Two newly identified tailored backdoors, October Lurk and Silk Lurk, have been used in cyber espionage attacks against government organizations in Central Asia since January 2025, affecting entities across multiple sectors. The customized backdoor loaders can download additional plugins to perform malicious actions, including command shell launches, file system activity, and remote access. Day 1606 of WW3. Zelensky confirms strikes on Russian logistics hubs in Moscow and Tambov, as well as oil depots and maritime assets in the Black and Azov Seas. This is your Saturday Ukraine war discussion news. Ukrainian President Zelensky confirms strikes on Russian logistics hubs in Moscow and Tambov, as well as oil depots and maritime assets in the Black and Azov Seas. South Korean regulator begins sanctions process against Dunamu. Report. South Korea's Financial Supervisory Service has sent an inspection opinion letter to Dunamu, operator of crypto exchange Upbit, regarding a $36 million hack in November 2026. The move marks the start of a sanctions procedure against the company, which is being reviewed for potential violations under the Virtual Asset User Protection Act. Old ransomware. Locked original full name.jpg.random 4-letter extension, no ransom. A user seeks help identifying and potentially decrypting an old ransomware infection with a 4-letter extension on a file named locked original full name.jpg. The issue is complicated by the lack of a ransom note or original README file. AI-generated malware powers new Armored Lico APT campaign. Kaspersky's threat research team has identified a new Advanced Persistent Threat APT group, Armored Lico, which uses AI-generated malware, phishing, and busy snake stealer to target governments and power grids in Russia, Kazakhstan, and Brazil. The group deploys modular, obfuscated rats and infostealers to maintain stealthy control of compromised hosts and exfiltrate sensitive information. Suspected Chinese-speaking hackers target Central Asian governments with October Lurk and Silk Lurk. A Chinese-speaking threat actor is suspected of launching cyber attacks against government organizations in Central Asia since January 2025, using two obfuscated backdoors, October Lurk and Silk Lurk, to gain access and perform malicious actions. Targeted attack on government entities in the Middle East Part 2. BindCloak, a 64-bit modular backdoor written in C, has been used in targeted attacks on government entities in the Middle East. The malware generates a unique host identifier by combining computer name and volume serial number ASCII values, and contains two core modules with additional plugins delivered from the Command and Control C2 server. Okobot malware framework injects seed phrase phishing into Ledger and Trezor apps. Okobot malware framework has been injecting seed phrase phishing attacks into Ledger and Trezor apps on infected Windows machines since April 2025, targeting over 25 countries with hundreds of victims, primarily in Brazil, Vietnam, Canada, Mexico, and Turkey. The malware module, Seed Hunter, waits for the device to be plugged in before prompting users to enter their recovery phrase, which is then sent to a Command and Control server. Windows Update service not running? Here's how to fix it. Windows 10 and 11. Windows Update Service not running? Manually start the Windows Update service via services.msc by pressing Windows key R, typing services.msc, and selecting Automatic, Delayed Start under Properties. Hackers abuse ViPNet software to target Russian government agencies. Hackers are exploiting the update mechanism of ViPNet software to target Russian government agencies and organizations in various sectors, including energy, transport, education, and logistics. The malicious campaign, dubbed HelloNet, has been active since at least May 2025 and delivers a proxy and loader for additional malware. The best malware removal and protection software for 2026. A comprehensive roundup of the best malware removal and protection software for 2026 has been compiled, featuring solutions that provide various levels of security against malicious software, including viruses, worms, and ransomware. Labubarat masquerades as NVIDIA software to control Windows hosts. Cybersecurity researchers have discovered a previously unknown remote access Trojan, RAT, called Labubarat that disguises itself as NVIDIA software to infiltrate Windows hosts. The implant can profile the host, identify security tools, and control the system's files, screenshots, and traffic. Independent testing shows which business security products actually hold up when it matters. AV Comparatives published the results of its business security test for March to June 2026, evaluating 16 leading endpoint security products under real-world conditions. The test showed which business security products effectively detected and blocked malware attacks, highlighting the importance of reliable security solutions in combating everyday threats. Kaspersky, Malaysia's Cybercrimes Bill 2026 is long overdue in the AI era. Kaspersky, a global cybersecurity firm, has praised Malaysia's newly tabled Cybercrimes Bill 2026 as a timely reflection of the country's rapidly evolving digital landscape and increasingly complex online threats. The bill addresses modern cybercrime trends, including AI deception, digital identity theft, and financially motivated attacks. High Voltage Weekly Recap, WordPress RCE, SonicWall 0 Days, AI Service Attacks, SharePoint 0 Day, and more. A remote code execution vulnerability was discovered in WordPress core, allowing unauthenticated attackers to run code on standard WordPress installations without requiring plugins or special conditions. A proof-of-concept exploit is already circulating, with Watchtower warning of imminent in the wild exploitation. Okobot, new sophisticated malware framework targets cryptocurrency users. Okobot, a sophisticated malware framework, targets cryptocurrency users by capturing wallet contents through 4 stages initiated by a malicious PowerShell script. The framework includes over 20 payloads and implants covering various functions, detected as Trojan Downloader, Win32.took.ps, and other variants by Kaspersky's products. Dangerous new GoSerpent malware is apparently on the hunt for government secrets. Kaspersky researchers uncovered a 5-year-old malware campaign called GoSerpent, targeting Southeast Asian government systems with a backdoor, RAT, and data exfiltration tool. The attackers demonstrated extreme patience, waiting weeks to deploy secondary tools to evade detection and outlast log retention policies. RinPy malware verification. A user accidentally downloaded and ran a RinPy malware installer, but it did not execute or show any signs of activity, possibly due to the presence of Symantec endpoint protection. Subsequent scans with various antivirus software revealed no malicious files or persistence mechanisms. Threat landscape for industrial automation systems. Q1 2026. The threat landscape for industrial automation systems decreased globally in Q1 2026, with 19.6% of ICS computers experiencing malicious object blocks, a 3-year low and 1.4 times lower than in Q2 2023. Regionally, the percentage of blocked objects increased in 5 regions, including Southern Europe, Northern Europe, and Russia, driven by growth in internet and email threats. Kaspersky identifies malware framework targeting cryptocurrency investors, through fake GitHub projects. Kaspersky has identified a malware framework called Okobot that targets cryptocurrency investors by stealing seed phrases, credentials, and sensitive data through fake GitHub projects and social engineering schemes. The framework consists of over 20 payloads capable of compromising hundreds of victims across 25 countries, with Brazil, Vietnam, Canada, Mexico, and Turkey among the most affected. Will the U.S. get clarity this week? Bitcoin's new $80,000 target. Hodler's Digest, July 19th. The Clarity Act's passage this year faces uncertain odds, with a Senate vote potentially happening as early as this week, despite Democratic senators' opposition. The controversy revolves around President Trump's crypto earnings and ethics, with some calling for him to release his 2022 disclosure. Apple sued over nearly $2 million loss to fake Bitcoin wallet app. Apple is facing a lawsuit from 3 users who allegedly lost $1.8 million in Bitcoin after downloading a fake Sparrow wallet app from the App Store, which impersonated a legitimate desktop-only wallet. The plaintiffs claim they trusted the app due to Apple's safety claims and are seeking reimbursement, punitive damages, and changes to Apple's review process. OpenTip CLI 0.1.0. The OpenTip CLI tool has released version 0.1.0, allowing users to interact with the OpenTip platform from the command line. This new functionality enables streamlined access and management of OpenTip data. Thanks for watching. Like and comment below. See you in the next update.